TOA community, what's up everybody? Welcome back to the channel, Training the Older Adult with Robert Linkle. This is Wednesdays with Robert, episode number 9. We are doing a big recap of Fit Body World Conference that we just did last weekend. I want to talk about eccentric flywheel training. We're going to talk about my dad a tiny bit. I'm going to talk about some new strategies for split squat training that we have. I'm going to teach you a new muscle that you may not know about, or some popular celebrity who used to snarl, if you will, a little bit. We're going to talk about the biggest named muscle in the body just for fun, and a couple of announcements and some good stuff that's coming up. So, first order of business this weekend is my dad. Here he is, the wonderful Richard William Linkle Esquire III. No, he's just Richard William Linkle. His service is this weekend. Our family will be heading up to Lake Tahoe to honor him. We've got some family members and some really good friends coming in from all over the country, all over the place to come and hang with us. So very excited to be doing that this weekend and get to say, kind of a final family goodbye to my dad. It's been on my mind a lot lately. So I'm really looking forward to that and sharing some time with those around us. TO Apex, change gears too much. A good business goal that my dad had for me was to help build and progress some of our education and kind of take things to the next level. And that's what TO Apex is all about. 2.0, what we call our capstone course. Basically, this is a continuation from Apex 1.0, but you don't have to have watched that first one for this one to kind of stand on its own. It's helpful, but you don't have to. So if you want, we have a bundle deal where you can purchase both, or if you just want to get this one, we've got a whole bunch of information on brand new program design. There's a whole section on strongman training, how we do all of our loading medleys and transfers and all that were inspired by the sport of strongman that we do with our older clients. We have weekly training protocols and processes for what your clients should be doing on days they're with you and days that they're not with you to really help the program, help them really excel and move along. And then on the other side of things, exercise libraries. We have 55 exercises in the library along with like 25 different mobilities, 22, something like that, different mobilities. You've got a lot of content packed into one little program here that's pretty exciting. All of you TOA Select members, you already get this. This is included in your membership. So anybody out there, if you're interested in Apex and you're like, well, I want Apex, but I also want 1.0 and I also want to get certified and I also want to become an ambassador, all of that is included in Select. You get everything, anything and everything we produce into Select. So if that is of interest, check that out. For all of our Fit Body Forever family members out there, we have our last certification course coming up here for Fit Body Forever. Chino Hills coming up on September 21 through 23. I will be doing the 2-hour education on Friday and then the 8-hour hands-on 150 exercises, that whole thing that we're doing there coming up. Okay. So let's get into this last weekend. This last weekend, I had the opportunity to go to Dallas, Texas to speak as one of the keynote speakers for Fit Body World Conference. If you don't know Fit Body, it's a very large franchise of I'm going to say mid-sized gyms. And it's a boot camp, so they're training anywhere from 15 to 30 people, some of the bigger gyms more at a time. They're kind of like a every hour on the hour type of a place that goes from 5 a.m. or whenever till about 11, and then from 3 until 9 at night or something along those lines, right? Depending the gym. Basically, that little window in the middle is where Fit Body Forever, their 55 and up program, comes in. That's where I came in. So I was able to come to Alabama, start working with my man, Stephen Hadley. I'll show you a picture of him here in just a moment. And over the last 2 years, he and I have done a whole bunch of these courses. Now I think we're coming up on number 8. So 2+ years we've been working together. We do one every quarter. And we get anywhere from 5 to 10 owners that are coming in and they want to start this program. And so them and their trainers will come in and we'll get them TOA certified and prepped and ready to start working with this demographic. Without me knowing it, okay, I had literally no idea. I just knew I was going to a gym in LA area near Chino Hills, and it was another Fit Body, and they had a really nice lady named Tatiana that was, the owner of the gym. So I bring her in, or I go into her gym, and she joins us, and we go through the whole program, and she gets TOA certified. Didn't know it, but this is the CEO's gym, and that's the CEO's wife, Tatiana, and she's like, hey, to her husband, Bryce, this was excellent. We really enjoyed it. And as we kind of kept talking and communicating, I was then invited via Bryce and Steven and Barrett, Bryce's brother, I refer to as the brass. These are the upper echelon inside the organization here that make all the decisions. So the brass decided they wanted me to come out. Long story made probably kind of moderately longer is while all the owners went into one room to meet with the brass, all the trainers came with me. So there were probably 150 owners and 175 trainers or something like that. We had close to 400 people there. So I had 175 trainers on the floor with me while we went through this whole program. This, Steven calls my WWE wrestling photo. Like we're doing our stare down. I definitely got a little size on this guy, but it was fun. We were just getting ready to go here. And I came up. I love the tight, the high pants, the high socks. Totally a look that I rock when I'm wearing pants, but it was miserably hot in this room. So hot. We just had too many bodies, not enough air conditioning. We had literally 175 people. You're going to see all these awesome. Look at that. How cool is that photo, right? One of the highlights, and I'll get into this in just a second. Like I had this, what I could only describe as an out-of-body experience for a little bit, and just a flash of a moment that occurred, but I'll take you through it in a second. Was so cool having this many people, these many folks, all engaged, focused.
Look at this awesome group.
Hold on, I'll let you listen to this. So this was really cool. That first part, that's how we ended the educational side of things. And we all came in for the photo, this and that. It was after we got into all this stuff. So that was after they were already exhausted, after we did the Ring of Fire, after we did everything else. They were completely exhausted. Look at this. They're riding the trains, they're dragging, they're pulling back on. It got out of hand real quick. We started with one person and it turned into this stuff. Media guys loved it. They were all over it. I'm riding on there, getting some recordings. I was jumping on there. I was dragging some, making these people work. We had such a great time. 175 people. Torque was our sponsor, so they brought out a bunch of the Tank M4s, and we were just crushing those things back and forth. Everybody screaming, clapping, cheering. It was an energy that I've never experienced other than like at a college basketball game or football game or something where there's this like constant energetic noise, right? There wasn't a moment of silence where everybody was like, this is awkward. What do we do now? It was just, rah, rah, yeah, rah, rah. This is the whole time for like the last 45 minutes, okay? So with these ones, we'll listen to a couple of these.
There you go. Come on, Steve. Steve lost it. Steve lost his rhythm, everyone. There you go. There you go. 2 claps. Thank you. All right, here we go. 6 point.
That's how I got their attention.
Going to the right first. Make me look good. Here we go.
This is so cool.
4 point. Knees up. And right, back, left, forward, back, right, forward, left. You're done. Success. Yeah. All right, here we go.
So 175 people all doing those 4-cornered bear crawls. We go into monster walks. I had them all monster walk into each other. So basically we had the ones in the back facing us and the ones in the front, and so everybody was facing away, and so they all just smashed into each other. It was fun. It was cute. It was just an experience. So at one point, I think I have a photo of it, but at one point I'm teaching like a bridge or something. I've got someone on the ground, and I'm pointing to their foot and I'm pointing to their knee, and I'm going through the mechanics of how the hamstrings work and why we want to dorsiflex while we bridge. And as we're going, I have this moment. I know this might sound a little crazy. I've never had this experience happen before, but it was something, okay? So I have this moment where I recognize that I'm speaking, and I'm not thinking about what I'm saying. It's just coming out, right? It's autonomic. Like I know when I learned how to meditate for the first time, there's a point where you recognize that you weren't paying attention to anything else, that you were just kind of zoned out. And that's the idea of meditating, is you just, you just completely clear your mind. You're not even thinking. I'm not thinking right now. It just goes blank. It was like that. Like I got to this point where I was just blank. And this is Bedros when he was coming up. The whole place goes nuts. Let me introduce this one. he gave a great speech. It was really funny, super funny. Anyway, so I'm recognizing, yeah, it's kind of like this, like we're all on the ground. I'm recognizing that I'm saying something and that I'm on the ground and I'm coaching, and for just like 2 seconds, 3 seconds, all of a sudden I have a view of me. I'm back here. I have a view of me and I'm looking down at me coaching this person with all of those bodies, seeing that view of all these bodies, right? Everyone on the ground following me. And it was this moment, man. It was just this moment, like nothing I've ever experienced. The energy, the attention, they were just locked in. For 4 hours, we did this. The brass came in at the last second. We're doing this, right? There they are in the back. You see the guys in the jackets? That's the brass, right? So then they're watching us do the Ring of Fire, okay? You can hear the music. This is the best part. Watch there. When we pause for the hold, they all start to clap. Watch this. 2, 1, hold. I mean, pretty cool, right? So that energy, that's what I'm talking about. For 4 hours, the brass comes in, they see us, see the guys in the back there, they see us and they're like, you got to keep going. Like, we're going to give you another half an hour. So they gave me 4.5 hours, right? To go with these super energetic, just so pumped up. Anyway, oh, and then we finish like this. I mean, it was quite the experience. I know, like Keeg was like, your head's not going to fit going out the door. I'm like, I know. It was a truly once in a lifetime experience, a level of energy that I completely fed off of. I loved every second of it. I hope I get to do it again. It was so much fun. And, the bar's been set. Like, I got to bring that again. We get to do it again. This is Barrett. This is the gentleman that approved me to come in, the brass in the suit you saw in the back. He's the man. He was the one that gave me the opportunities here. Kind of a fun story too. As I got there on Friday, on Thursday, we're going through the list of equipment with Torque, and they had like 8 kettlebells and 8 dumbbells, and that was it. And we ordered like 48 of each one. Like we ordered a bunch, right? Because you saw how many people we had. 8 kettlebells, 8 dumbbells, that was it. And twice as many bands, thank God, twice as many bands, a whole bunch of boxes, tons of these boxes, and then the 5 tanks. So I had created content for 4.5 hours. I had workouts and stuff planned just in case I got more time. I had created all that with the intention of having kettlebells and dumbbells. And so now we only have 8 of them. I can't do what I was going to do with 175 people. I'm going to pull in 8 of them and then have everybody else watch, right? So I had to go up to my room and just for 90 minutes, 2 hours, whatever it was, and recreate the half of the course. And so I've always got plenty of stuff to say and plenty of stuff to teach. This was an opportunity. I'm like, I gotta bring it. I had not taught this such, right, in this order, this collective way. I had not done it before. I hadn't even got a chance to like walk through it in my brain. So that night we go to dinner and I'm like, I gotta go back to my room. I gotta get my mind around this. And luckily I had the entire day. The next day we didn't go till 1. So anyway, it went off without a hitch. It was super smooth. We had a great time. I think I had one person come up and be like, aren't we supposed to be doing overhead pressing right now? And I'm like, yeah, we kind of had to modify things a little bit because basically we'd have 8 people, 4 people with 2 dumbbells in hand. This is Steven and his 2 trainers that came from Alabama with him, our original Fit Body Forever crew. Steven and I at the main event there at the end. My buddy Renee, one of the very first ones, South Dakota, Fit Body Forever South Dakota, that got certified, I think, at my very first one, and we've been buddies ever since. And then on my way home, I'm in Utah, and one of my longtime clients, I trained Barb for like 15 plus years, both of her daughters, Shannon and Lindsay, the boyfriends, I was connected and worked with this family for such a long time. Next thing I know, somebody's jumping on and giving me a hug. We sat right behind each other. Well, I sat behind her. On the way home, it was just really great getting to see her and getting to hang out. So, I don't want to show that yet. So all in all, Fit Body Forever, Fit Body Bootcamp, the World Conference. I had a freaking blast. It was so much fun. I cannot wait. Thank you to anyone and everyone that was there. And if you were watching this, I just want you to know you left a very special, you were a part of something extremely special to me. I will cherish for the rest of my life. It was a once in a lifetime experience, and I was on an emotional, energetic high for 2.5 days. I still feel it. It was just, it was fucking awesome, to be honest. So, excuse my language. All right, let's talk about this muscle. Does anybody know what this is called, by the way? Go ahead, I'll give you a second. No, it's not called the hound dog. So, here we go. This is my best effort. Levator labii superioris alicu nasi, I think Latin, their eyes, yeah. Levator labii superioribus alicu nasi. It's the snarler to lift your lip up. look at the muscle. Isn't it awesome they use Elvis, right? I mean, he's like the ultimate, he's the ultimate, hello there, the ultimate snarler. And that's the muscle. Really cool. We were talking about it today during class, and I'm like, I'm just gonna throw this in. Here's your learned lesson for the day. You learned yourself a new muscle. And you can practice saying that. Hopefully you get it a lot better than me. All right. New flywheel, eccentric training. You see the K box here behind me. There it is, right there. So that is our, I guess I would call it a vertical component for the flywheel. You can't do a whole lot of horizontal stuff on it because it's based on the floor. So now in this picture right here where my hand is, that is the wheel that you're seeing in the photo there. That's that right there. So I'm gonna do a little demo with it in a second. I'll change my camera angle, but I wanted you to kind of take a look at this. We had a bunch of the ladies, a couple of the fellas had the opportunity to go through this and experience it. So from face pulls to rows to presses, etc. We've got, you'll see a little attachment up on the wall. See it there on the door, that little triangular, it looks like the stealth bomber. You'll see that as I go back and forth a couple of times. That little device, see it right there in the back? That thing holds a bar, a parallel bar. You would connect to it, and it holds it wide in the back so it won't rub on your shoulders. The straps won't rub on your arms or your shoulders. So you can do chest presses. You can do like water ski rows, right, where you're holding onto a bar and handle, and you can do water ski rows. We've got all kinds of different components we can do with this, and it's a real simple little pin pull, and you can slide this whole thing and adjust it up and down the rack. Super, super cool. Came with like a support strap in the beginning that you would like wrap around a goalpost or anything that's, you know, it's probably, I don't know, 5 foot of strap. So you could hook it around some fairly big stuff and get in a position to be able to do rows and presses, chops, etc. We've done single arm rows, we've done tug of wars, we've done hinge and pulls, we've done tricep kickdowns, and the length of the strap is adjustable, which is super cool. It's just like with the M4. Geez, where are my things at? My K box here, just like that, depending on the height of you. If I'm 5'4" or 6'4", I need to be able to adjust the turnaround length of the strap. So you can do the same thing here and adjust if I want to do like a tricep kickdown, right? And instead of having 8 foot of strap, I would just make it, 24 inches or whatever I want. And you can adjust that out. Any ability, any age level, etc. The constant engagement and the control of returning the load under this momentous pull is what makes this such an awesome piece of equipment and why I like it so much and am experiencing so much value, not only to my hips, but to my upper body now. Now, I've only had it for a couple of days, but you get the idea that you can use this here. I'm gonna switch my camera angle real quick just so everybody can see this and give you a little bit better of a bird's eye view. Now, it is on a little pivot, so you can see how I can swivel right in here. And once we kind of get rolling on it, now I don't have a ton of pressure on here with this wheel, but you get an idea. And the beauty to the eccentric flywheel component is I've got, a half a kilo on here right now. So it's not a ton of weight, but whatever amount that I pull, okay, that amount, this is not only is it creating momentum, right? It's spinning, creating momentum that I'm pulling. It's then going to gather that strap and try to pull it back. So you'll literally see people like the first time they'll pull it and then it'll just rip out of their hands because they're not ready With a plate, when you pull the 50 pounds, it's just a constant 50 pounds. It's just sitting tense against it. This like yanks it back, and that's where you get this like seesaw effect of like you're working with your buddy, right? In the old days cutting wood, you're gonna push forward and pull back and push forward and pull back. Your action engagement, that constant tension is there. So it's kind of like a, whoa, my camera, let me switch this. It's kind of like a isokinetic chain, right? That's going to work with range of motion constantly, giving you this concentric, eccentric control. But the beauty of it is, if I pull 40 pounds and I accelerated that 40 pounds, that 40 pounds is going to gather and go back. And since I created it, I should, once I figure the whole system out, should be able to decelerate it. And then accelerate it, decelerate it, accelerate it, decelerate it. So it's never going to be too much load for me, right? And that's where a lot of eccentric training comes in. If you're going to eccentric train a back squat, you would put the bar on your back and it would have 110% of what you can actually back squat. So let's say I can only do 200 pounds. Well, I'm going to put 220 pounds on there. And so if I go down, I'm going to be stuck there because I can't go up, right? So I'm going to go down really slow, like 5 seconds down. My buddies are going to grab the bar and they're going to help me up. And I'm going to start at the top again and then slow. And that's the eccentric stretching of the fibers that is done with an overload to help get you the benefit of tearing fibers in a good way and getting you strong. Now, on the flip side of that, what this is doing is much higher tempo, not as much overload, but that same eccentric engagement at just a high velocity, high tempo, burn. Or you can put a big wheel on there and get that slower, like, ooh, I really got to let this thing, ooh, I really got to work it in. It's just a constant grind in a good way. And that's exactly what my shoulders need, what my hips need. And it's not too much heavy load. I can't do those heavy back squats anymore to get the eccentrics. I don't have any buddies here to help me, right? Like that's where I feel like this is a good value. I don't have any connection. I mean, I'm getting to a point where we're going to work together. I'm going to have an opportunity to create content, but I don't make any financial returns from them. I don't have any companies that I make financial returns to. Just so you know, if I'm speaking about it, it's because I love the product and I want you to know about it. And so that's why I feel like Flywheels will become something that every gym is going to have in the future. It's such a unique piece of equipment now, and not a lot of people know about them, and they do have a high price point, right? That's the difficult part. I think these will start to come down as it becomes easier to make them and it gets a little more streamlined. And there are other options, okay? There are other companies, other options. These guys are out of Sweden, Eccentric, EXX. I'll put the link to their website on there so you can go and check them out. But I think this is such a great product. My hip health, and now that I have this guy, my shoulder health, I'm very confident I'm going to be able to improve just by doing high pulls and horizontal rows on the K-box for the last 6 months. Jeez, the K-box for the last 6 months has helped my shoulder a ton. And now I've got something here that I can train the upper body with even better. So, all right, I've been going for 23 minutes. I hope you enjoyed this. Big event this weekend, lots of emotion and energy around it. Great event last weekend, tons of energy and emotion around it. I'm blessed to have family and my friends and my people around me. I'm just so appreciative of the ones that are close, the ones that are in my circle, my colleagues, my friends, my associates, people that are in my next layer of circles and the extension that I have in life. I just want to tell everybody, I love and appreciate you, and I value any interactions and engagements that you've granted me in your life. I just had a lot of opportunity to think about how amazing this last week was, and then with my dad, going through and ending, coming to the end of his life, it just really makes you start thinking about things. And it's like, we got to value. I saw a guy on Instagram yesterday, and he said, close your eyes and imagine this. You're 90 years old, your kids are growing up, their kids are growing up, you have money in the bank, you have, a great life, you've had a successful career, you're retired, you're traveling the world, you're doing all this. Imagine that's your life. And then in the flick of the fingers, you're back to where you are right now, whatever age that is, okay, 42 years old. And if that's going to be where you are at 90, right? That's going to be the outcome at the end. is it going to change how you live right now moving forward, right? Will you enjoy each moment more? Or, you know what I mean? Like he explained it a little bit better, and it was the message was like you got to live every day for the day and not just assume you're going to see people or have experiences. We're not guaranteed tomorrow, right? And so it's like I want to make sure that those people around me know that they're loved and appreciated. And I just want to take a minute to say that, reflecting back and, you know, the last couple of weeks of all these awesome experiences and people I've had to meet. It's been a true pleasure and an honor. So thank you, my NSCA family, to the Fit Body Forever family, the Fit Body Bootcamp, everybody else in between, everyone inside TOA, everyone inside this household, my family, all of our friends. Thank you to everybody. I love and appreciate all of you. Have a great day. I hope you enjoyed this. Tune in next week. Don't forget to hit your subscribe button and make sure you flag the, you know, whatever it is, ring the bell. That's it. Flag the bell, ring the bell. Make sure you don't miss any of the content we put out. Till then, continue to fight your good fight against sarcopenia. Much love to you.